Coming up next on Good Morning El Paso, convicted of bribery, Jesse Gondeta Jr. learned his punishment, the reaction to the jury's decision to spare him prison time.
The clock is ticking on a bill to allow licensed Texas gun holders to carry openly. What local gun enthusiasts think about it.
And the clock also ticking on a deal to extend some NSA surveillance programs. Lawmakers hoping to reach a deal before a shutdown over the weekend.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
The borderland could see a pop-up shower this weekend, but as for today, nothing but sunny skies.
And here's a little preview right now, a live look this Friday morning. Now the sun is up from our downtown cam on top of the Chase building. It looks nice and clear out there.
A very good morning to El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Hillary Floren. Good morning, everyone. Let us tell you happy Friday to start with.
Yes, and it's 6 a.m. as we saw the sun is out, and it's going to be a hot one today.
Crystal has a look at our forecast. Hey there.
Hey, yes, another hot afternoon. Yesterday, we made it to 94 officially in the afternoon. Today, we're talking even a little bit warmer. We'll get to that in just a bit. Let's talk current conditions. We're at 63 in El Paso right now, and we're dry. Your relative humidity at only 18%. No chance of rain out there this morning. We're at 58 for Las Cruces, and clear sky conditions to kick off our morning. As we look at our clouds and radar map, it's clear through the entire area. Later today, the east edge of our zone yet again could see a slight chance of rain. Everywhere else should remain dry, but still also very hot. In the days to come, that's when we see rain chances move in. We're going to discuss your weekend forecast, plus a little more on those winds picking up in just a few minutes.
Okay, Crystal, thank you. To the latest on the Texas flooding now, officials closely monitoring the levels of 3 rivers here in Texas as parts got hammered by rain overnight. Meanwhile, the death toll continues to rise as search teams dig through debris piles. Bodies found in Hays and Blanco counties have raised the confirmed death toll to at least 24 in the region, with 20 in Texas alone. At least 14 more people are missing. Today, 37 million Americans are at risk for severe weather with flash flood watches across 6 states from Texas to Nebraska.
A former Socorro rep found guilty on a felony bribery charge will not be spending time in jail. Jesse Gondeta Jr. faced 20 years in prison for trying to buy off the owners of the Licon Dairy in San Elizario. Instead, he got a 10-year suspended sentence and ordered to pay a $10,000 fine. It appeared to be a clear case of government corruption, but many were shocked by the jury's decision. Some Socorro residents we spoke with wonder why the punishment wasn't more severe.
Well, he should have at least gotten punished, not the 20 years what they were trying to give him, but at least some time in jail, so now we don't know who to trust.
Again, Gondeta got a 10-year suspended sentence, which means he'll serve probation unless he gets into trouble.
A bill that would allow Texas residents to openly carry handguns is facing last-minute opposition. Law enforcement has rallied against the bill because of a provision called the No Stop provision. Now, it means that police cannot question people carrying their weapons or ask them for their licenses if they have no other reason to stop them. Police across the state say that this provision handcuffs law enforcement and would endanger the public and police who are trained to be wary of firearms. Local gun enthusiast Louis Southard doesn't necessarily lean toward the idea of open carry, but will leave the decision to elected officials.
Both sides have pros and cons. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's whatever the representatives, you know, it's what they vote on. You know, we elect them to represent us. So, you know, hopefully they make the best decision for the state of Texas.
The bill has to be finalized by Sunday in order to be voted on before Monday's deadline. If not, the bill will have to wait until the next legislative session to be addressed again. And another bill that would allow concealed handguns on Texas college campuses will likely let schools carve out large gun-free zones. Lawmakers are negotiating the final version before Monday's deadline. One of the bill's authors says he's willing to let universities ban guns from some parts of campus. It's a major concession to opponents of the measure who say guns don't belong in academic settings.
The Obama administration says the NSA will have to start shutting down surveillance programs as soon as this Sunday. That's because parts of the Patriot Act expire this coming Monday if lawmakers do not broker a deal by the weekend. Weeks ago, the House passed the USA Freedom Act to reauthorize the programs, which are set to expire at midnight, but added restrictions on some surveillance programs became a sticking point in the Senate, and it failed by 3 votes. Even if deal makers do reach a compromise this weekend, there are no plans for the House to come back to work before the deadline has already passed. A new report from a civil rights group alleges Border Patrol agents in New Mexico have engaged in racial profiling and intimidation tactics along the state's southern border. Good morning, El Paso's Denise Olivas is live right now with more on those allegations and the Border Patrol's response. Denise.
Good morning, Hillary. A spokesman for the Border Patrol says that complaints were never reported or brought to the attention of the agency. Meanwhile, the American Civil Liberties Union says they've gotten more than 50 complaints from southern New Mexico residents last year. The ACLU's 16-page report includes unjustified detections, searches, intimidation, racial profiling, and other accusations of alleged abuse behavior by Border Patrol agents. The more than 50 accounts from residents were gathered during information sessions hosted by the ACLU last year. 90% of those complaints were made by U.S. citizens, a majority who consider themselves Hispanic or Latino. The report went on to say, quote, at a time of national engagement on issues of police accountability, Border Patrol agents who view border community residents as, quote, guilty until proven innocent should be of great concern in the work to restore trust and accountability between law enforcement and communities, end quote. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll take a look at what the ACLU is now asking and requesting from the Border Patrol.
Okay, Denise, thank you for that update. And at 6:06 now, taking a look at our traffic cameras, courtesy of TxDOT, looking at I-10 and Airway, where things are pretty quiet. There was an accident there overnight, but things have been cleared and no holdups in that area.
Looking nice and clear. All right, well, a man who rose to become one of the most powerful politicians in the country is being indicted on a mysterious charge.
But we're finding out about Dennis Hastert this morning.
And the Scripps National Spelling Bee has a new champion, or should we say champions? A look at some of the difficult words that they had to spell. We'll see if we can pronounce them, right?
Oh my gosh, great. Well, first of all, we all want to know how our weekend is heating up. Crystal Cly has the answers.
And we are talking very hot conditions, but a little cool down when rain chances move in. We have your Saturday, Sunday breakdown right after the break.
Thanks so much, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.